Good morning, my dear children. In this module, we'll discuss about the cumulative frequency distribution, which is also related to this frequency distributions. Here we can see the cumulative frequency distributions. It gives the total number of values that fall below the upper boundary of each class. Children, by forming the cumulative frequency distribution, it gives the total number of values that fall below the upper boundary of each class. And children, this formation of cumulative frequencies are very helpful for the diagrammatical representation of such frequency distributions also. If we graphically represent such data, this cumulative frequency formation will be very helpful for you also. Using the frequency distribution of table in previous example, reproduced in the next slide, prepare a cumulative frequency distribution for the home run hit by Major League Baseball teams during the 2002 season. So here children, through a small example, they have shown how to form a cumulative frequency table. So in our previous example, I told you about the runs scored by the team, isn't it? And we have in that maximum and the minimum number of values also we have specified in that one. And the class intervals also we have formed using that formula. So here we can children form a frequency distribution table using that data. And we have formed the class intervals using the 22. Yes, what was that class intervals difference? Yes, 22 number difference. We have formed all the class intervals also. Yes, and here the frequencies also we have formed. The next one, how to form a cumulative frequency using that frequency distribution table. So children, the cumulative means what? The meaning of cumulative means additive. That is, each after the particular value, what we are doing, what are the succeeding values comes under that, we are adding each values and we are forming the cumulative frequency table also. So here we can see children, the runs scored in between 124 to 145 is, what is that? The frequency is 6, right? And its cumulative frequency also 6 only. And whereas we can see in the next one, that is 124 to 167. So if the cumulative frequency if we have to form, what we have to do means we have to add from the first class interval values to the last one. So here we can see the values in the second class limits. We can see the lower limit 124 to 167. The runs comes in between this or what are the values? Yes, that is, we have to add the first frequency of that class interval plus the second frequency of the second class interval. So at first it was 6 and the second one is 13. So if we add together, we will get the values 90. So what was the frequency? That is from 124 to 167. 19. The total, yes, scores are 19. And the next we can see the runs scored from 124 to 189. What we have to do for that? We have to add the frequencies of the 3 class intervals. From the initially, we have to add the succeeding 3 class intervals. So, in that manner, we have to find the entire, yes, what cumulative frequencies of all the class intervals. So, what is that? Difference between the frequency and the cumulative frequency? That we have to, yes, add the entire values from the, yes, minimum to the maximum values, and we have to formulate the cumulative frequency table. So, this is the manner how we have to form a frequency, what cumulative frequency distribution table, and this will be very helpful for the this graphical representation of this data. And in our further modules, forthcoming modules, I will include all the graphical representations and which are the different curves comes under this. So children, I hope the explanation for this module is clear for you. So thank you children for watching this video.